Okay, next round. Everyone's favorite round but mine.
Yeah.
Thank you, I made it funny. Alright, so here's the top 10 worst movies of 2014. Nobody saw as many consecutively bad movies as me, so I figure, okay, I'll just do this with myself. Grant is here for moral support / so I have someone to talk to while I do this.
Also, I've seen a couple of the crap well, as I said, I saw second tier crapulent.
One or two of them I think you've seen. But
nothing as bad as some of the ones you saw.
No, not even close. So yeah, the quality is different because we're using a different camera because mine ran out of batteries, or was about to. So that's why the quality is very different. Hopefully I don't have to spend hours editing this thing together, syncing audio.
Hopefully not. I'll walk off camera to check at some point just to make sure.
Yeah, we'll check. In worst case, I was like, oh, damn it. Okay, so let's just jump right to it so we can get this done fast. I just expect our best video was like 2 hours long.
Wait, really? Was that long?
It was like an hour and 48 minutes.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, so we rambled. Okay.
Oh my.
So, first one, number 10 of the worst movies of 2014. This was almost Exodus. This close to being Exodus. Unbroken. The Angelina Jolie movie. Everyone's like, this got snubbed by the Oscars. Why did it get snubbed by the Golden Globes? I can fucking tell you why.
Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews on it.
It sucks. I haven't gotten that mad at a movie in a while. I was like, this is such a waste of time. Which I'll be saying about another movie. Mostly these movies, actually. But, oh my god, it's just one of those movies, it's so clearly Oscar bait, but it's not even good Oscar bait. Like, no one has a legitimate conversation at all at any point during this movie. and I was like, this wasn't too bad, it was bad, wasn't too bad, until he got, like, the last half when he gets captured by the Japanese, and it just becomes unbearably bad. Where you actually you have to feel like, if I can take it, I can make it kind of mantra for watching the film, as we was trying to force that mantra down my throat. Because they introduced the main villain of the movie, I guess, who is this prison warden called they call him the Bird, or something like that, something really stupid. It's actually true, he was a real life warden, that's actually what they called him, but the actor who played him is so god-awful. And it just drags everything down. Like, I can't remember the last time I looked at a character movie and thought, oh, fuck, it's him again. Shit.
Oh, I know it.
Oh yeah. There's
yeah.
But this one in particular.
A certain one-eyed individual, I'm guessing?
One-eyed? Which one are you talking about?
Percy Jackson.
He wasn't as bad as that, but he was getting there. Yeah. Where, like, there's a part where he leaves, and I'm like, okay, when does he come back? He comes back 2 scenes later, a different camera. I was like, fuck! He's back! God damn it! I don't want... Just think about it makes me so mad. Because, like, they try to make, like, some kind of personal connection with the main hero, who, by the way, has no character. Like, none of these characters at any point in this movie have any character defined. Oh, it's the guy with the hat. Or, oh, it's... Not even kidding! Like, there's a long portion of the movie that's just him and 2 other guys on life rafts. And they survive off that, which is fine. That can be very interesting. But the other 2 characters are so... all the characters are so bare bones that by the time they get off the boat, I still know absolutely nothing about any of them.
They're so bare bones, you thought someone resorted to cannibalism.
That would have made the movie more interesting. Yeah. I would have gladly watched cannibalism and made something more interesting. That's how bad it is. I would rather watch cannibalism in a movie if it made it more interesting.
Well, have you heard of a movie called Green Inferno?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that got delayed. Or was it canceled?
It doesn't matter. But, oh my god, it made me so frustrated because it's like, there's a point where you literally can't tell the main hero apart from one of the other guys on the boat. There were parts I kept getting mixed up. It's like, oh wait, which one is he? Oh yeah, it's that guy. But then the main villain just killed it. Just made it just an infuriating mess. Because he's playing it like... I'm going to steal the Cinema Snobs comparison on here because it's perfect. He's playing like the schoolyard bully And it's just really weird and really off-putting. Because he is trying his damnedest to be scary and intimidating. But he just can't pull it off. And it comes off as really cheesy, really stupid, and at the worst of it, really just painful to watch. And at the worst of it, really fucking confusing. I'm not even kidding. Towards the end of the movie, come on, this is only number 10. No more getting this angry about it. There's a point like
I'm so glad I missed this movie.
It's like climax of the movie where we see in the trailer. It got to the point where they go to a coal mine, and you literally can't tell any of the people apart because they're all covered in dirt. And they have no other personality aside from how they look, so you literally can't tell one person apart from the other. It's really bad.
Oh my.
And we saw, at that point you're just waiting for that last moment of the trailer to hit just so you can get out of there. Or at least I was. Apparently people in my theater really liked it because I got applause when the movie was over. I was like, you're kidding. And then
I would have loved to have seen you blown up.
No, that part was after I started walking out of the theater, and the guy in front of me goes, "That was one of the best movies I've seen this year." I was like, "You have a right to your opinion, but you're fucking wrong." No, actually, it's not you have a right to your opinion, but your opinion's fucking stupid. But, anyway, and it gets to the part where we've seen all the trailers where he's holding the block up and he lifts it up high, he screams, he goes, "Ah!" And that's the big, climactic moment. And then what happens next is so fucking weird that I literally, my face contorted progressively until I was like, what am I watching? Because there's a big thing where the bird feels a personal connection to the hero because he kept looking at the eye at one point, and he literally goes, "Why are you looking at me? Don't look at me. Pop. Look at me. Don't look at me. Pop." This actually happens. He's a schoolyard bully. I didn't realize that until he pointed it out. I was like, fuck, he is. And then there's a point where he starts lifting it up more, and the whole thing is as punishment for not being able to do the work, he has to hold his block up, and if he drops it, he has orders to shoot him on sight. So they set it there for presumably hours. At this point, everyone else has stopped working to watch this for some reason. I have no idea why. That was red flag 1 of what I was going to watch. Is really confusing.
We get to see someone potentially get shot. Aww.
I wish I was it. But then everyone else is on the side going, come on, you can do it. And I'm like,
you can drop it.
Yeah, really. And then there's the part, and then he does a thing where it's defiance. He lifts it up high over his head, and the other guy, the bad guy is watching this. He starts to tear up for some reason.
Why am I in this movie?
I know why he's in this movie, because he sucks as an actor. But then he starts going, "Don't look at me. Don't look at me." He starts breaking down, and then collapses on the floor crying. I'm like, what is going on? I am so confused. Why is he having this reaction? This makes no sense. Shit like that. I started losing my mind. I was like, this makes no sense. There is no reason any of this should be happening the way it is. But it is, and I don't know why. So, yeah, Unbroken. Did not like it. Which is such a disappointment because the trailer is made sure it had potential. I always like the idea of willpower. I feel like it's not explored much in movies. I would have liked to have seen that done. But all they do with it is have that mantra, if I can make it, I can...
Yeah.
If I can take it, I can make it. And that's it. Yeah. That's all they do with it. Terminator did it better. I think, again, it comes down to, again, the Cinema Snob's review of it was brought to the best possible way, which he says, you know what? People say if I don't like this movie, I'm not respecting, the real people involved in situations. If they really respect the real people involved in this, they should have made a better fucking movie. Yeah. That's kind of what it comes down to. So that's kind of the way I feel about it. This movie it was such a huge disappointment. It was so much harder to watch than I was expecting it to be. Did not like it. So, this year was probably going to be 2 hours too at this rate. So, number 9. Oddly enough, I probably will not get as angry about it. I think Unbroken's still fresh in my head. Blended, which was the Adam Sandler rom-com.
Yeah. Didn't bother watching that one, thankfully, because what's that? It looked like it was going to suck, and it did. I'm shocked.
I know. Adam Sandler in a bad county movie? Oh, big shock, yeah. I don't know. I think people are, like, everyone's turned against Adam Sandler at this point.
Then why is he still getting money to make movies?
I don't know. And that's the most infuriating part. Like, he made a deal with Netflix recently where it's like, why? No. Go away. Stop making shit. You're not good at it. But if I could just talk about just how pointless this movie is, it really is. It maybe has one decent joke on top of just thousands of shitty, terrible jokes.
That already sounds better than Unbroken.
At least these jokes are intentional.
Yeah.
Not just, what the hell is that? Why is he crying? Why is any of this happening? Can somebody please do something that makes any sort of sense? Throw a pie. I don't know. But I just know the part about Belinda that I actually liked was that Terry Crews is in it.
He's usually very rarely disappointing.
Yeah, so he was the only one clearly having some fun because he's like this entourage that follows Adam Sandler along, who reminds you of the moral of the story. For some reason, like that's what it comes down to. For some reason, this happens. For some reason, this happens. Because apparently, like the whole concept of this stupid fucking movie is
this is downtime while he waited for them to bring his character back in Expendables 3.
I don't know. Either way, I'm talking Expendables now, thanks. But I don't know. For some reason, like Adam Sandler's character is really a horrible person, but they keep trying to convince me he's not. And that's the majority of the movie, pretty much, because the movie starts with a date with the other girl in the movie. I forget her name. In a date at Hooters, which was his choice.
So this is a sequel to Big Daddy?
Might as well be. But then they justified later by saying that, oh no, that's like his dead wife used to work there, and so it has significance to him. So that's why it's okay that he took his date to Hooters for some reason. And that's only one of the weird shit that happens in this movie. There's a whole other subplot where one of his 3 daughters thinks that her dead mother is still with her as a ghost, who still sits. It's like an imaginary friend, but it's her dead mom. But I was like, okay. There's grieving, and then there's that shit, where you should probably call a doctor.
Yeah, why can't you be like the other child that sees a creature called the Babadook?
You know what's sad when that's true? And then, even then, Adam Sandler makes creepy jokes about it. Like, it's right where, like, he tries to lay in bed because, like, they're sharing a space in Africa, and, like, an African resort, which, the only good thing I'll give this movie is that it made Africa look really pretty. But anyway, and then the kid freaks out, you can't lay there, Mommy's laying there. And he goes, well, maybe I'll just come up behind Mommy then. Which is like, that's kind of creepy, Dad. Yeah. And there's just a lot of uncomfortableness in the movie. Like, one of his older daughter, for some reason they keep confusing with a boy, which makes no sense. She's actually like, they like potentially try to butcher her up because like the dad wants to keep her kind of boyish because he wants her to be into sports and shit like that, but she wants to be with the guys. But it's weird. It makes no sense. But everyone keeps confusing her with the boy, and I'm like, are we looking at the same person? Because even bushed up, she's still really pretty. So, for a teenager. But like, there's no way. My point is, there's no way anyone would confuse her with a guy.
I know what you meant. It's just like
the phrasing, bad phrasing. But my point is like, there's no way anyone would ever do this. It's a bad, stupid mess. It's an Adam Sandler movie. What else do you fucking expect? Number 8. Speaking of meeting expectations, Tyler Perry's A Single Moms Club.
You poor bastard.
I feel like I don't need to say anything else.
You don't.
It's
Tyler Perry.
Yeah, but also with Terry Crews.
Oh, why, Terry?
He'll do anything you ask him to do. It'll be in your home video if you pay him $20. But it's kind of like Christopher Walken.
I'm not sure what SAG rates.
No, that's far enough. But anyway, to be fair, Terry Crews does have like the only funny / kind of creepy line in the movie, where he brings a funeral wreath to this one of the women. He's like one of the single moms he's like obsessed with, and she actually kind of a large woman. So hey, props for keeping an open mind. But beating Hollywood's usual standards. That's the only problem in this movie. He brings a funeral wreath to her diner she works at, and he gives it to her, and she goes online and is like, "You know it's a funeral wreath, right?" He goes, "Yes, I know, because every time I think about you, I feel like dying," or something like that. It's like, I feel like I died and went to heaven, or something like that. I was like, okay, stupid, but he says it so damn charmingly. I was like, okay, props. But it's another case of Tyler Perry. It's not as bad as Temptation. Temptation was worse. But it's oddly enough.
Because evidently we were racist for being right about that being a Tyler Perry.
Did people call us racist for that? I don't remember.
Chris did.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I miss Chris. I wish Chris was still around. That cynical bastard. Anyway, oddly enough, this movie still has basically rape in this movie. Yeah, I'll get to that. But it's another...
On to the next movie!
Yeah. But no, it's another case of Tyler Perry talking about things he has no idea what the hell he's talking about. In this case, single moms. And I'm thinking, it's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Just leave the people who actually do have experience in this. People who can talk about this. People who should talk about this. Not you, you naive, arrogant son of a bitch. And of course, he still gives himself a role in the movie where he's one of the love interests for the single ladies. And just a lot of shit happens that, again, makes no fucking sense. Like, there's a part where, like, one of the girls, like the Latino mom, who's divorced with this douchebag dad, but the dad, like, has some kind of ownership on the house she's living in or something like that. So every time she even thinks about getting a new man, the guy threatens to take away the house and shit. So it's like, no, he can't do that. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, not unless the thing was under his lease, which I doubt.
Yeah, so I just know there's some circuits like, there's no fucking way this can happen. And just shit like that. And another case of, like, there's one pretentious mom who just wanted to have a kid because she wanted to be able to do it all kind of bullshit. And it's bullshit wrapped together in racism and sexism and everything that Tyler Perry does not understand but thinks he does, thrown into a movie. And of course I saw Patrick, so that did not help things. And that was actually a funny story. I walked up to the theater.
You told me that.
Did I tell you this one with the ticket guy? And of course, Patrick's over here poking the bear, trying to get a reaction. It's like, I think if we had a Mount Rushmore of great directors, we'd have Alfred Hitchcock, Steven Spielberg, Tyler Perry. Gah!
At least we all were on the same page for White House Down.
Yeah, that is our fondest memory. I almost wanted to give that best movie in 2013. It's like, there's no way it is, but God damn it, I love that cheesy movie so much. Fuck, Single Moms Club. I mean, that came out so long ago, I don't remember much about it. I just remember like everything I did. I was like, fucking really, we're doing this? Okay. That's why it's pretty low on the list. What am I on?
It sounds like Unbroken should have been a lot higher.
Well, like, that's the freshest in my mind, I think is why. But, like, these ones, quality-wise, are worse.
Yeah.
This one will probably get a bigger reaction out of me, though, because this one is still very fresh in my mind, even after, I think it came back in July, so that tells you something. So this is 10, 9, 8, number 7. Number 7 on the worst list, Tammy. Another movie I saw with Patrick. The only movie I saw this year, in the 2 years I've done this so far, where I have ever dropped the C word to describe a character. Tammy is... Everyone in this movie are such terrible people. It's impossible to root for her. And... Where do I even start on this? 'Cause I'm getting angry again. I can feel it bubbling up. Maybe Unbroken should have been number 8. But looking back now. But, yeah. Oh my
If this is 7, I'm scared to think what's number 1.
Yeah. We'll get into that. But Tammy is just the person. She just says and does horrible things to everyone. And I I was confused on when and why I was supposed to be rooting for her. Because she does that thing they all do in those movies where she gets like a makeover and she's supposed to win the guy. I don't know why. Because, like, if I was that guy and she left the first impression that she does on him, I would be like, fuck no! Get lost, you creepy bitch! And, like, the grandma, who's played by a very good actress I really like, is in this movie.
Who's it again?
I forget her name, but...
Sally Fields, was it?
It was not Sally Fields. Was it Sally Fields? Look it up.
Oh, it's gonna bug the crap out of me now.
Yeah, look it up. But anyway, she also says...
Susan Sarandon, I think.
Might have been. Just IMDb it. But she says and does these horrible things to... even like when you're supposed to root for Tammy now, she says and does these horrible things which are true, but are still horrible things to say publicly when you're drunk.
Yep, it was Susan Sarandon.
It was Susan Sarandon, okay. And I really like Susan Sarandon, but dear God, I had no one to root for in this movie. The only one I had to root for was like the male love interest, so I wanted just to run. It's like, go! Leave! You can't win here!
You'll be safe in the forest.
You'll be safe in the forest. You're safer inside the musical. Just go anywhere else. Just stay. Oh. You see what I did there? Into the Woods reference. By the way, pedophilia and rape. That's what Into the Woods has. But
they changed things in the play based on what I read. Well, maybe not the first one.
As far from what I heard, that was still part of the play. So I'm actually surprised they let that one in. Yeah, Johnny Depp is a pedophile in Into the Woods.
Yeah, that's what I said. I remembered that part.
Yeah, they kept that in there. I did not know that was in there. So that caught me by surprise. That's a whole other rant. Anyway, but yeah, just one of those things. I did not like anyone in this movie. Oh, I take it back. I liked one character, which was like a lesbian aunt that's introduced towards the end of the movie.
Is that Kathy Bates?
I think it was Kathy Bates. But either way, she's like the only character that I really like in this movie because she's the only one that had likable qualities. Like, Tammy is just a horrible movie from beginning to end with like drunk driving, just treating everyone horribly. Like, I'm sure Jenny McCarthy, is it Jenny McCarthy or what's her name?
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy. I always get those two mixed up. Even though they look nothing alike. But Melissa McCarthy, I'm sure she's a nice person. I'm sure she's a fine actress. But she just keeps picking these horrible fucking movies where just her potential is completely squandered on just doing what she thinks is a funny face, which is mildly confused for about an hour and 45 minutes. It felt a whole lot fucking longer than an hour and 45 minutes. And it's... I hate this movie. Fucking Tammy.
Sorry.
We're sorry.
Sorry.
Melissa McCarthy better not start in that commercial. I don't know, I kind of want an apology after seeing that movie. Like, your movie sucked. What the hell was that?
Blame her husband.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was involved in that. That's why she did it. In that case, I actually feel bad for her now. But, yeah, just fuck that movie. Fuck it. I hate it so much. You know, this movie's a happy endings, and you're going, did that earn that? No, it did not. Tammy missed a terrible comeuppance, and she clearly should have gotten it. Because of her stupid actions, her stupid decisions, and every stupid fucking thing she does in this fucking movie. Moving on, next movie.
And also, we're reaching that point where we figure out whether or not this camera will keep recording or not.
Okay, commercial break, and move on to number 6. Alright. And we're back. Alright, number 6! Grant, you can vouch for me in this one. As above, so below. Yeah, you and I saw this one. I blame you for this one.
Thank God we didn't pay for it.
Yeah, still though. I think this is another review I kind of lost my mind while we were doing. Running around the car and shit. People in the parking lot going, what the fuck?
This was just a pointless, crappy horror movie.
Even defining it as a horror feels almost too loose of a definition.
Yeah.
It was just a movie where shit happened, and then it turned out to be completely pointless by the end.
Yeah.
Except, oh wait, 1 or 2 people died, and that was it.
Yeah. Okay, four underdeveloped characters died, and 2 mostly underdeveloped people lived, and an additional guy who we gave motivation at literally the last second. It
Yeah, I mean, it's like they're in hell for maybe 5 seconds.
was like 30 minutes.
Maybe. Either way.
Because they spent the first hour talking and traversing the normal part while finding random choir groups.
Oh, yeah. Just all of a sudden turn around, oh, and then the camera goes, well, that was weird. It's kind of move on. It's never brought up again. It never comes back.
Like, basically imagine they actually had diacritic use of that song they used in 2001 Space Odyssey / Godzilla trailer.
You know, it'd be great if you like turn one corner. Oh, well, that was weird. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
That was one thing I'll give this movie credit for, is I had a couple unintentional laughs.
Yeah, but it also showed you how pointless it all was, though, because how easy the fucking monsters are to defeat. Because the movie goes, oh no, there's monsters here, we gotta go. Yeah. Oh wait, I need to go back. No.
And then on the way back, pow again.
Yeah, so it's like, you literally just told me why everything we just spent our time on is completely pointless.
No, what's the thing that bugged me is like, so wait. It took them 25 minutes to get to this point. She just sped run it in 2.
Oh yeah. I don't know, man. It beat Pokemon in 21 minutes. Don't judge.
Or what was the other thing in the beginning where like, okay, I'm basically like behind Iraq lines as a secret thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And I'm telling this to you on a camera on a public bus.
Yeah. Everybody's like, I think that's the girl. Yeah, that's the girl. Yeah, take her, kill her. That's racist.
Oh, and
that movie was just so dumb. It was just so bad. It, like, of all the movies I saw, like that was one I felt like I completely wasted my time because nothing happened. Yeah. Like that's like everything that happened was just so
and even when
redundant.
And when it did happen, it's like, nothing was really happening that we gave 2 craps about.
Nothing that was accomplished. It's like they went to a tunnel, they got out of the tunnel. That's the movie. That's what we wasted an hour and a half to go see. Which is okay, nothing interesting happened in there. It's like they tried to play the psychological aspect, but then did nothing with it. They have the process going to hell, and they did nothing with it. They have the whole things below Paris and shit, but they did nothing with it. Are you seeing where I'm going with this?
It was just a complete waste of time.
Man.
Now you want to see good psychological horror, go watch The Babadook.
Babadook just seek vengeance on this movie.
Babadook it out with ass above, so below.
That'd be interesting to see. I don't know how that would even work. But, you know who should fight the Babadook? Freddy Krueger.
I'd actually pay to see that.
Yeah, that would actually be interesting, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how the actual fist fight would work, but psychologically very interesting.
Yeah.
But our fanfic aside, number 5, I guess. Yeah, this is one I had to do a quick rewrite. Pompeii was almost on this list, but I got nixed in favor of this one instead. Legend of Oz, Dorothy's Return.
Which thankfully I did not see.
No. Although you might have gone with us, because we were literally the only people in that theater when we saw it.
I still wouldn't have done it.
No, yeah, but still, it was worth it just so we could make fun. No, it wasn't worth it, but...
No, wasn't there a movie like we were the only people who saw it? Or no?
I don't think so, like...
Oh, that's right, it was like, we were in there for
close.
15 minutes and some guy walked in.
Yeah, which movie was that for? I forget.
I don't remember, but it ticked me off.
Yeah, that always happens. I stop getting my hopes up when that happens. Because like, oh, there's nobody here. But never fails, last 5 seconds, some asshole shows up who I almost want to pay to leave. He's like, dude, I'll pay you $20. That's twice more than you spent for getting here. Get out. I'm saving you a trip.
There was a movie where... Oh, crap.
Tusk. That's when we got to buy ourselves.
Really? We did?
Yeah. Remember?
That's right! That's the one we got!
That was the one I almost walked out of, and you're like, no, you get back here!
That was right! We were able to just, make jokes throughout the entire thing.
By the way, that was Johnny Depp who played the inspector. I looked it up. Yeah, it was Johnny Depp.
No, it was not Johnny Depp.
No, it was Johnny Depp.
No, I saw it was like some French guy.
No, it was Johnny Depp. Oh, that's my stomach. My stomach is angry at me. Anyway, so,
Holy crap!
yeah.
Dude, this guy's like having an amorphous face this year. What the hell was Johnny Depp doing in that movie?
Doing Kevin Smith a favor? I don't know. Anyway.
Holy hell!
Yeah.
That was Johnny Depp!
Because we actually joked about that. I was like, is that Johnny Depp? No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's why, because he was actually credited as Guy Lapointe.
Okay.
That's why it threw us off.
Okay, anyway, Legend of Oz. That's how much I don't want to talk about this movie. Dorothy's Return. My God, what a cash grab. I mean, this was like by far the laziest animated movie I've seen in a long fucking time. Like,
how do they get the cast for that movie? That's what
I don't know, and they barely use any of them. Like, Patrick Stewart is probably used the most, and he has some of the most groan-inducing lines. It's like, I don't know what they gave him before they started recording. It's like, here is a bottle of gin. Just finish that off and we'll start recording. But it's brand new, we know. Just drink it all.
So apparently, remember those clerks in Tusk? Apparently, obviously I knew one of them was Kevin Smith's daughter. The other one was Johnny Depp's daughter.
Yeah, someone did someone a favor.
Yep. Right, back to that terrible, terrible movie then.
Anyway, so, yeah, because there's a line in the movie where, it's so fucking weird. Where do you even begin? Okay, so they have to cross a river, so they say they need to build a boat. But all the trees are alive, and they go, oh, you can't build a boat out of us, because we're alive. And then, meanwhile, there's Patrick Stewart going, oh, I have so many rings now, I don't care, you can make a boat out of me. So then they start calling him Tug, like Tugboat. It's not even ignoring the fact that he probably already has a name. He just goes, okay then, I'm Tug now. Tug, Tug, Tug.
Tugga!
Kind of same.
Moot!
Moot.
Oh my god. Now that I would have paid to see Patrick Stewart as Millie sounded more like Sean Connery.
Yeah,
Moot.
Anyway, so, and then there's a part where towards the very end they have to invade the Jester's castle, I don't know. And then I guess they mold him into like a tank now. So he rolls in there and goes, my name's not Tug anymore, it's Tank! Ha ha! Right before he pelts like gumballs at everybody. Not even kidding, word for word, that's a line in the fucking movie.
Oh my.
And that is one of many just really confusing shit that happens in this movie. For example, Martin Short as the Gesture, which they make a point to say it just like that in the opening credits. It can't just be Martin Short this way. No, it's Martin Short as the Gesture, as if that has some significance in anything that happens. I can only assume that was a clause in his contract or something before he signed to his piece of shit movie. And, but he's presented in the real world as a housebroker, or like a con artist or something, because this takes place literally 5 seconds after the first movie ends. So the tornado just hit, and he comes there and claims everything as condemned, and they have to go over his house. By the way, everyone just assumes he's legit. And also ignore the fact that he's completely right. Because all the houses should be condemned, because they're in terrible condition. But I don't know. And then she just leaves her family, which has to move out because of their house is destroyed, to go help people in Oz again. She doesn't even seem to give a shit about her family at all. And worse yet, it's a musical.
Well, when Lea Michele's in something, you might as well expect that.
That's not even good. Like, one of the songs is directly like a Let It Go ripoff, but I don't know if that's legit because I don't know if this is written before or after. Although, given the quality animation, I'm willing to bet it was after, because it looked like it spent maybe like 3 months in an animation studio with 3 college students.
Yeah.
But
call it. Let it
Snow.
away.
I don't know. No, that's taken. Fuck! Hakuna Matata? That's also taken. Fuck! You've got a friend in me?
How about you just stop naming titles? How about Super Calip? No. Alright, next movie.
The strings are loose. No, the Avengers 2 is taking that song. No, I'm not done yet. No, this movie, I'm not done with this fucking piece of shit. But, well, I had a thought. Now you made me lose it. Thanks.
Probably for the better.
I don't know. This movie just felt like such a complete waste of fucking time.
Exactly.
Such a waste. Such a waste. Oh, there is one I probably wanted to talk about, which is one of the weirder parts of the movie. Which there's the Chinatown, which everything's made out of China. Ha ha. Oh, and by the way, before you start thinking that this movie might be clever, there's also a Great Wall of China joke. Guess what it is? Whatever thought is popping in your head, yeah, you're right. Whatever completely obvious joke is popping in your head, that's exactly what they did.
Huh. They had the female wrestler, I'll be damned.
Ha 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 ha. Smart ass. But anywho, but anyway, the queen of this particular fortress is such an uber mega ultra bitch, and it comes back to Tammy, in which for some reason you're supposed to be rooting for this woman, even though she does nothing but treat everyone like shit for the entire movie. And you also have Marshall Mello, who is a soldier made out of marshmallows.
Shall we please go to the next movie?
No, I'm not done, because there's a romance between the two characters.
Oh dear.
And there's a part of the movie where she kind of sort of dies, gets shattered. So what does Marshall Mello do? He puts her back together using his own skin as glue. Yes. This happens.
Why is Marshall Mello red now?
Because he turned to Jack Frost. I didn't even get that joke. I made that joke. I didn't get it.
Congratulations, you're a writer for Legend of Oz.
Look who thinks he's so funny. Alright. Alright, next movie. Number 4. We're in the top 5 now. Okay.
Really?
Yes. So this one was the first movie we saw last year. The first. And it's the top 4. The Legend of Hercules. This is another case where there was only one other guy in the theater, and we couldn't for the life of us figure out why he was there. Because he looked like a well-educated individual who had a book with him when he walked in the movie theater. So we were like
doing a comparison between Greek mythology and the inaccuracies in film.
Yeah, I think Wes really describes this movie the best when he said, you know what we need in a movie of Greek mythology about Hercules? Egyptians. Because literally, over half this movie involves Hercules fighting Egyptians.
With a certain sword?
Yeah, the penis sword. I forgot about that. How can I forget about that? I made so many jokes about that sword's expense.
Oh! Well, I guess it's not in the top 4 anymore. The 50-foot lightning penis sword.
The 50-foot lightning penis sword. That was like the highlight of the movie. I felt bad for the other guy in the theater because we started laughing our ass off when that thing popped up. Like, ew. Because there's a point in the movie where it suddenly turns into like a God of War cutscene, where like I swear it like rips off the Bible story of Samuel. In which case, and I'm not making this up.
Did another Hercules movie do that this year?
Kind of, not as bad. But where he's chained up to these 2 giant pillars, and he looks up because at this point he's being told that he's a son of Zeus, and he goes, "Father, help me!" And then he gets super strength and he breaks the pillars, uses the rocks at the end of the chains, and starts like whacking the crap out of everybody. But the CGI is so laughably awful that it just looks like a PS1 cutscene.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, where is this going? And then we had the epitome where the already incredibly hammy villain and not Loki have the main heroines held hostage. And then they're facing an army of Egyptians. I don't know, I can't remember if they're Egyptians or not. And he says, "Father, be my sword." And all of a sudden, his very short sword turns into his massive penis sword, which he rips around, just killing everybody before the final fight scene. Oh, dear God, this movie was so stupid. And this was the start of last year. I was worried for a long time after that one came out, because we saw that shortly before we saw I, Frankenstein. So, January is when the shit of the shit seems to come out. So, thank God this year turned around. Last year turned around for movies. Otherwise, I would have been like, I'm done. I don't think I can take another year of this. Because after Grown Ups 2 and Smurfs 2 last year, no. And look at me when I'm ranting, damn it. But stop. What are you doing?
Important info for something I gotta do tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually fair. But damn, I'm ranting. I'm pouring out my soul to you, Grant. You're not even listening. I feel like it needs to turn to a group therapy session. Just feel the fan fiction. Sometimes when I'm talking to him, I feel like he's not really there. And I just feel like he doesn't listen to me, you know? I feel like it's like I'm there, but he's not there. He's too busy, wrapped up in his movies and his critiques and all that. But, oh wait, maybe that's how my last relationship ended. No, that's actually not true, before anyone starts going off on that. But anyway.
We got 6 minutes before we need to stop for another commercial break.
Yep, you'll stop now. So, we'll be back with number 3 after these short messages.
After these messages.
After these messages. Okay. So, number 3. This one, I only put on this spot because quality-wise, it is absolutely one of the worst. But I enjoyed it in all the wrong ways. I think you know what I'm talking about. Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas is number 3 on my list. Oh my god. This movie still makes me laugh, even now, just looking back up. You ever see those movies where you just watch and you think, a decision was made here, and I don't know why, but it was, and we got this messed up bullshit.
I know there's some, like, close I can think of right now off the top of my head, Street Fighter.
Okay, that's fair. Like, this one is just...
Oh, now I remember! Oh, was that crap? It's that Righteous Kill movie.
I never saw that one, but...
Be glad. That being said, though, the death of 50 Cent in that movie was one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen.
Fair enough. I kind of want to watch it now.
Let me see. So he gets shot with a 9mm pistol, stumbles forward, then all of a sudden flies through a window. Basically head first.
So at that point he decided life wasn't worth living and just threw himself out
and
the
then
window.
just skids along the floor. And how does the person who wants to hide it say? He tripped over the stool.
I think this one's a little bit more batshit insane, because the whole point of this movie is that everything about Christmas ties into Christianity. Now, keep in mind, I don't give a shit what you believe. I'm just going to be very frank on that one. That's your business. I don't give a shit. Which is surprising that this is the only religious movie on this list, because there's like 5 of them we did not go see, thank God.
Yeah.
We saw Noah, we saw Exodus, and neither one of those are good movies, but
yeah,
not bad enough to make the list.
Noah was like a mid-range movie.
I heard, like, the ones we missed that were terrible, like God's Not Dead and stuff like that, we were lucky enough that we didn't go see it. But
Time to go to Target, buy it on Blu-ray.
Now, like, there's one movie I've heard is so bad that I want to buy it and do a review on it just because. It's called The Identical. That came out early this year.
Oh, I heard about that one.
I heard it's just terrible.
Can you double check? Oh, was that the one with Elvis?
Yeah. Or like it's like not Elvis, but is Elvis kind of thing. But either way, I heard it's just awful. And also strangely religious movie. But
the movie had like a 0 last time I checked.
Something like that. So did this movie, Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas. But anyway, it just is such a bizarre movie that it defies explanation. Like, the only thing that was great about our experience watching it is the people behind us had the exact same reactions we did. Towards the, like, when the movie ended, we turned and looked at each other like, I kind of want to talk about this movie because I feel like we're on the same page. And there's only two other, like, older women that were by themselves. One walked out and towards the very end, and the other one's just, like, pissed. Because, like, here is something that actually happens in the movie. Not making any of this up. I want to make, whenever I say towards the movie, I am not making a joke. They actually say this shit. Is after Kirk Cameron successfully convinces his brother-in-law that Christmas is wonderful and how it ties into Christianity by making up nonsense. Particularly about the Christmas tree. That was an interesting weaving a story. Which is... Did I ever tell you how that goes down?
No.
Oh, okay. Then sit yourself down. I'm going to tell you a story. Alright.
Well, we don't have too much time.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so, according to Kirk Cameron, this is 100% what he says. I am not making... I shit you not. This is what he says.
This better deliver.
He says, well, true, the Christmas tree isn't in the Bible. However, look at the book of Genesis and the tree of life. And how Adam took something from the tree and bit into it. Therefore, we need to give something back to the tree of life, or we would always be sinner. Enter Jesus, who crucifies himself on a cross, which is made out of wood, which comes from a tree, the tree of life. And because he gave something back to the tree of life, that means he gave us back and cleansed our sins forever because he gave something back. Because giving an apple back isn't enough. We had to give something back bigger. So that's why God sent down his only son to give something back to the tree of life. And since it's also Jesus' birthday, that's why Christmas trees relates to Jesus. I shit you not.
Why would it be an apple tree then?
I don't know. That's the part that made you weird out? That was the only part.
No, that's the thing. That's the only thing I can comprehend that I can give an argument against.
Because you can make a drinking game out of this movie. Just show someone this movie who has not seen it before and take a shot every time they say, what? Because you would be dead by the time this movie's over. And that's only one of just the weird batshit insanity the movie has. Only one. It follows that by a story of the real Saint Nick, of how Santa Claus relates to Christmas and Jesus. And that's because Saint Nicholas was a real-life saint for the church who beat the shit out of anyone who disagreed with him. I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what he said.
I was going to say, the thing about Saint Nick being real actually is
I'm sure
true, but yeah, that second part I don't think was true.
That's not the weird part.
Tell me they had a skit or an animation for this.
No, it's live action. He calls it Lord of the Ringsy. Not kidding. Actual line from the movie. He says the story of St. Nicholas is much more Lord of the Ringsy. Before he transitions into this weird slow-mo walking scene with a grungy old St. Nick and his big-ass cane with having the bunna music playing in the background. And that's not the weird part. The weird part, I am not joking at all. Like, I gotta button my shirt a little bit because I'm like, I gotta make room for what I'm about to say. The look on your face, I'm like, where is this going? It's hysterical, by the way. He goes to a tavern where apparently some naysayer of the Lord is hiding. And he talks to him very briefly. And by the way,
face hurts.
And by the way, the naysayer is played by the other black stereotype they have in this movie. By the way, upon reflection, the movie is also incredibly racist.
Christianity!
Yeah, really. And then out of nowhere, dubstep starts playing in the background as St. Nicholas takes his cane and goes, wham! The other guy's head. And then, this is portrayed as a good thing, by the way. He proceeds to whack the shit out of him. I'm assuming he killed him. To dubstep off screen while fluorescent light is like, there's like a strange purple light in the background. All of this happens. And then immediately after, some girl goes, there you are. Like in this very almost like sitcom-y way. Goes, what are you doing here? We need your help now. And they go off to a sleigh. With a big red bag. With St. Nicholas, who looks like a scary hobo, holding the reins, smiling like this, going, Merry Christmas! Or something like, let's go to all the children, or something like that. But it's terrifying. how much time do we have before we gotta stop again?
14 minutes.
Okay. So that's before he goes into how presents, like the rising stack of presents, is like the skyline for New Bethlehem. And because Jesus had a material body, it's okay for us to go out and buy material things. Actual line. Nothing I have said is a joke. Your face. Yes. All of that. It's so batshit insane. It's like this year's closest equivalent to The Room. You have to see it to believe it.
Oh, man. Oh, dear God.
Like, the cinema style the guy ripped off in this video series, like, he liked it so much he made all the other video viewers go watch it in pairs.
Oh, dear.
And that's before the dance scene. The hip-hop breakdancing dance scene.
I think we need to go on to the next movie.
Okay.
Wow. You don't even need to say why it's bad, it's just those... Wow!
It still makes me laugh. Okay.
Good dear cripes. I don't know what the hell to say to it!
Okay, so this one, like, quality-wise, Saving Christmas is the worst, hands down. But I enjoyed it enough that it gets a number 3 spot. Number 2, I wish I could say the same thing about, but it's such a missed opportunity. I guess there is more than one religious movie on here, I just not realized. Left Behind. I so wanted this to be a Nicolas Cage Rage movie, but it's...
Then you want to watch Rage.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean, though. I'm looking for Worker Man level hamming up here, because no one thought this movie's going to be good.
I'm being serious, though. There's a Nicolas Cage movie called Rage.
I know there is, but I know, it's like, I doubt that's the same, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. I'm more looking for, not the bees!
Not the bees!
And there was, like, only one part in this incredibly boring fucking movie, where I was like, oh, maybe we're going to get it! No. Damn it! It's like you have Nicolas Cage in your movie, and you're telling him to tone it down. What is wrong with you? You were missing so much greatness. You know, not greatness, whatever you want to call it. But, okay, so, Left Behind. There's another Christian movie where, God, that was another case of so many things don't make sense. For example, the movie starts out with Nicolas Cage's daughter, who goes like meet her pilot dad. By the way, Nicolas Cage is in a plane for the entire length of this movie. And then after people just suddenly...
Oh, God. Everybody get out of here! There's a bomb in the cockpit!
If only.
No.
Where's that from?
No, that's Nicolas Cage talking about himself.
Oh, ha. Okay, anyway. So,
Oh, God.
So, and then, like, there's apparently some... some reporter or something like that who's kind of like anti-religious, and then some woman, very Christian woman, walks up to her and goes, "Well, how do you explain this? How do you explain that?" Like really kind of snobby, and then like Nicolas Cage's daughter just walks up to her and just tears her apart through like the same anti-Christian questions everyone who's ever like hated Christians has ever said, period, and act like she made some major philosophical point. It's like, no, she fucking didn't. It's like, she didn't say shit through that entire thing. I've heard that same argument 50 million times. Doesn't make a difference then, doesn't make a difference now. Religious arguments are so pointless, but that's a whole other argument. And that's before everyone starts disappearing, in which case Nicolas Cage is just on a plane now, and he stays there for the entire rest of the movie, all the way through the very confusing finale, where, and this is a real moment for the movie, I'm not making this up, is after several failed attempts, Nicolas Cage finally gets in touch with her daughter, who has to help him make an emergency landing at this, like, construction site, highway thing, I don't know what it was. But either way, they're far away from the city, they're just outside the skyline, she drives her truck to the... That's so stupid. She drives her truck to the place, and she goes, "Okay, I'm here." And he goes, "Okay, you need to signal us. Can you give us a big, bright signal?" And she starts flashing her brights on her truck, goes, "Okay, can you see that?" No! They're not even close to the city yet! Fuck no, she can't see that! They can't see that, so like, you have to see it. It's just a really stupid moment. But the whole movie is just another case of like, this is just really fucking boring. You had this is pointless religious arguments I've heard a million fucking times, and it's just, the direct-to-DVD movies were better, which is sad, really.
I'm sure.
Wait, didn't those movies also have like Kevin Costner? Or?
No. While I look that up, why don't you introduce the next movie?
I don't know, I feel like Left Behind. It just, I don't know. I feel like, oh, that's what it was. That's what bothered me. That's why this movie's on the spot. Because like the CGI and the effects in this movie are so god awful. It looks like Langoliers.
Oh no! It had Kirk Cameron.
I want to watch the first Left Behind now.
Kirk Cameron saved Christmas and left behind.
That's the funniest fucking thing to happen all night. Oh, but my god, it's kind of one of those like middle of nowhere fucking studios where you watch it and you go, who? And then you got, oh no. Because it came from one of those studios. And then from there it was like,
oh my god, that is extremely low.
What?
It's got a Metascore critic. It's got a Metacritic score of 12.
Which one? New one or the old
New one.
Like, the funny part is, the person I went with, Cody, had to tell me to stop because I kept making one-liners, but apparently all the older conservative women in the theater were getting pissed off at me. But I was so absorbed how bad this movie was, I did not see their seething glares in my direction.
Kill the heathen!
Pretty much. It's made for that audience, though. That audience will just eat up any shitty religion we throw in their face. And I'm sure I just offended a whole giant demographic who, if for some reason they made it this far in the video, are going to be really pissed off. But
yeah, I'm sure you have a demographic of conservative old women.
Hey, you know what? I attract what I attract. I can't help it. But I don't have viewers in New Zealand and Thailand, so I don't know, maybe. Anyway. It comes back to stupid people doing things that make no sense and just really... I wanted a Nick Cage Rage movie. Why can't I get a Nick Cage Rage? I just wanted one.
Maybe he's tired.
I just wanted one. That's all I wanted. I couldn't give me that. There's a part where he goes, he's on his manager, goes, "Sit down, sir." And I was like, oh, here it comes, here it comes. And he just walks away. Damn it! And it has like the like the short guy who's like always plays the short angry dude. You remember plays one of the janitors in Scrubs?
Only janitor I remember is Neil Flynn.
He was a really, really short one, you know. I don't know what the PC word term for it is.
Little people?
Little people, maybe? Midget. He was a midget.
I can tell you for certain that's not the PC term.
I know it's not, but If you know, say it in the comments, because I don't want to be an offensive ass after I just made that whole rant about old conservative Christian women.
But, you want to be offensively satirical.
There you go.
Satirically offensive, but not offensive.
But he does worse things, though, because he immediately blames the Muslim on the plane. Even though they're like, what did you do? It's like, I've been fucking sitting here. Like, what did your people do, you religious extremists? Like, are we really doing this? Are we really doing this?
Are you ripping off nonstop?
Yeah, and then it just... Yeah, really. And the same kind of thing. There's also a really weird scene where, like, the short guy starts going through the Muslim's bag when he's not looking, and then the Muslim finds out, takes the bag away, and reaches in, and he, like, pulls something out. But just as he does, he cuts away to another completely unrelated scene, and it comes back, and he's pointing an electric toothbrush at him. So it's like, they let you take that on planes now? It's shit like that. It's just really bizarre. It was a bizarre experience with shitty animation, just weird cutaways with weird writing. It's just weird. It was weird. Did I mention it was weird?
Was this weird? Is Kirk Hammett saving Christmas?
No. But
he got left behind in a somehow better movie.
I know, right? Irony. That makes me really laugh now the way that order went. What?
Yeah. What's the twist? Yeah, we were left behind. Yes. To be spared from staring at an even worse Left Behind.
We were left behind. Why? To save Christmas. Kirk Cameron, you horrible bastard.
Well.
All right. Commercial break. There you go. All right, commercial break. Last one. Then we go to number one. Number one. All right. So number one. If on the off chance you're an avid viewer and you've watched a lot of the episodes we had this year, you probably know which one this is because I have not mentioned it yet. But this one almost made Wes cry. About bad.
Oh! Oh God! It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm trying to remember.
Number one, A Haunted House 2.
Oh, that one.
Yes, that one.
I knew I erased something from the back end of my mind.
Yeah. Well, you didn't have to sit through it. We
know.
didn't think it was going to be nearly as bad as it was. This was worse than Scary Movie 5.
Was as bad as movie 43?
You know what? I think it was worse. Looking back now, at least those sketches had a point. Relatively.
Pull my finger!
Yeah, even this one. There was so much in this movie that serves no point. In anyone's... Like, you want to try to stretch out a joke? This movie just stretched out for no good reason. There's like a 10-minute segment where whoever the fuck the main character is has sex with the doll from Annabelle. For 10 consecutive minutes, or at least what felt like way more than 10. This movie, I think it was like under an hour and a half. It felt 3 hours long. Like, it's just an agonizing fucking experience.
Well, I could have told you that.
Oh yeah, and it's like, it just makes jokes that aren't, like, non-jokes, and like, I don't know what the part I'm supposed to find funny. Like, I don't know if this is when the first movie or not, because I didn't see the first one, I lucked out, I didn't have to go see it, but, because I think the first one came out last year.
No, it came out the year before.
Okay, that's why I didn't have to see it. Yay! Okay, anyway. But, like, the guy, the main character's brother, I'm assuming is the other, what's the name of the brothers who write these two movies?
I can't remember. I remember Marlon was one of them.
Might have been one of the brothers, but either way.
It was, let me double check, because I know Marlon is one of the ones who does...
Wayans Brothers. It's the Wayans Brothers.
Oh, I thought you meant like the specific first names.
No, I mean like the duo.
Yep, it's the younger generation of Wayans doing it.
Yeah, but it's just the other brother is this gangster kept saying homie. Like it's you get it because it's homie, but it's not. It's homie, and he says that over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Oh dear.
Stroke. But he just says it in this nasally, high-pitched accent too. So it's like, "Hey, homie, we're gonna go, homie." Like he's trying to be like a Latino gangster, but he's really bad at it, and not in a funny way.
It wasn't also Gabriel Iglesias in that movie?
Yes, he is. And he has this long extended scene where he has a fight scene with a chicken. Like, goes on for like 5-10 minutes. This movie just stretches out every joke.
I'm just imagining, so basically it's just like Family Guy, except they made Peter Latin.
Kinda, yeah. Except, at least...
Actually, wait, technically... No, wait, he is, technically. Well, no, wait.
Okay, let me just put it this way. Like, that sex scene with the doll from Annabelle, the only joke is that he's having sex with a doll in different positions. That's it! That's the only joke! And they stretch that out for so fucking long! Like, I can't remember if this is from this movie or from... No, that was Scary Movie 5. I'm getting my movies mixed up.
Which one?
The vacuum pool party. Might as well have been in this movie, because we pulled the same fucking jokes. And like...
That's one where, like, looking back at it, I'm laughing just because, like, what in the name of God were they thinking?
Yeah. Oh, and then the doll becomes, like, an abusive stalker. And that's...
Oh, I remember that from the trailer. Okay.
And it's, again, because it's like, why? Why? It's like... It comes back to why scary movies basically suck, and all that genre sucks. It's because it's lazy parody. It's like not even really parody. It's like, oh, we can throw all these references in there for no fucking reason, other than the fact that we can. And there's actually a line that's just a slap in the face to everyone watching the movie, where like he's like doing the Insidious thing, or what was it even that horror movie where I had the guy in the film that if you saw the guy in the film, he'd find you or something like that.
Wasn't Insidious? It was Sinister.
Sinister, that was it. The one that's not The Ring, you know. But he's like taking notes on it, and there's a part where he looks right at the camera and goes, "Why do they make scary movies without Wayne brothers? They suck." And I'm like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you so much." Like the only part that was even kind of funny.
That being said though,
no, they would suck either way. I don't care.
No, it's like, well, looking critically speaking, like the first one was kind of but after that they never reached that high. Although, to be fair, the second movie kind of deflates that argument.
And, yeah.
Because they worked on the first two ones. Then the third one, they had the guy who did Airplane.
I actually kind of like the third one.
And fourth. It's like, those are like stupid movies, but I enjoy them.
But, yeah, anyway.
3 and 4, I mean. 5 was terrible. First did not age well. Second one, just no. Just no.
No. Like, this is the only movie where I looked at Wes as he was laughing, and he goes, it's like, don't laugh at this. And he goes, if I don't laugh, I'm going to cry. I mean, at least Saving Christmas was fun from just a batshit insane level. This is just painful every inch of every prolonged joke. That's all it is. It takes one joke and it stretches out way more than it should, and just rinse, lather, repeat, over and over and over, for an hour and a fucking half. I don't even know, it felt a lot longer. Whatever length it was, it felt twice that long. And again, it devolved into nothing because the character ends up right back where he started at the beginning of the movie. Anyway, so like, great, that was completely pointless. Oh, great, more racist joke, you got more of those, fine, throw them my way. I can take it all, fine, bring it.
No, I can't.
Like, yeah, there's a certain point of like, when you just get so angry, like, fine, take it. Give me the worst you got. I can take it. Bring it on. That's kind of what Hunt House 2 became. It's like a challenge, like, no, I can take it. Bring it, motherfucker. I can take every worst shit you got. Oh, crap, it's another sex scene. Is it? Fuck.
Touche movie.
Basically, like, oh, dick. Okay, well played. Make me hate you more. Okay, fantastic.
Because, yeah, I was going to say, at least in Scary Movie 5, I got one laugh. Yes, I kind of cracked. But that movie at least gave me one good moment. But yeah, that Haunted House just...
I think, like, looking back now, I think I repressed so many moments from that movie out of my head just to, like, maintain my own sanity. Because it, like... Oh, God, that movie was so bad.
Haunted House, Scary Movie 5, both. Everything.
Yeah, it's just, that whole genre just needs to go away once and for all. Like,
or get good people behind it.
Even then, just, like, it's why the Lego movie will age well and this one won't. Is because that one knew how to be timeless. This one does not.
Yeah.
Like, this one is completely dependent on watching movies that have probably got, like, forgotten by the time the movie actually comes out.
Yeah.
Like Sinister, for example. Although, the scenes that were spoofing Sinister were the only thing that gave us even remotely close to a laugh in that movie. That's only because the guy sucked at killing people. So that was kind of funny. Kind of. I use that word very sparingly in the context of this movie.
You're lying to yourself.
No, yes, I am.
Do you want me to get you a knife? Or the world's smallest violin? Or a razor blade so you can play the tightest violin?
No, you're like a vertical man. That's the way you do it.
Yeah. The world's most natural violin.
Dude, that just reminds me of Hannibal. That just kind of freaks me out. Yeah, I'll cut open your throat and turn your vocal cords into strings. Sure, let's give that a try.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, forgot about that, did you?
Oh my.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, second season, I'm surprised at the stuff they got away with.
And
yet they still can't show Constantine smoking.
Oh, yeah. Well, different networks. That's
no, same networks.
Really?
NBC.
Fuck. Okay, so yeah, I think we're done. It's late, so
Yep.
So there you go, people. This is what I do for your enjoyment. So hopefully this year we'll not have a Haunted House 2. I'm not counting on it, but
good luck.
Yep. So I think now we're done, guys. So thank you all for watching. Let me know what you guys think is the worst movie you've seen this year in the comments below, or what you thought of my picks for that last year, and hopefully we'll have a good year this time around. So farewell. Turn the camera off, Grant. I don't want to do the princess wave forever.